Now she can be seen every Tuesday night on the Gina Davis Show. Please welcome Mimi Rogers. We just turned that snake into this beautiful coat. Isn't that nice?
I know. The turnaround time's amazing. And the great thing is, I think it was the last snake of its kind. So I'm glad we got
That's
it.
good. That'll endear you to millions. Yeah, everywhere. How are you?
Yeah. People.
Thanks for being here.
My pleasure. As
you look
always.
very nice.
So do you.
You've actually, you were not out here for the animal segment.
Oh, but I watched.
But you watched backstage.
I sure did.
50% of our viewers are actually backstage. You've worked with animals before, though, right? And a
yes,
TV
I
show.
Have. Well, I have kind of an animal oeuvre. We have Monkey Trouble.
Monkey Trouble.
A film I did about 8 years ago. We have Far From Home, The Adventures of Yellow Dog. A film I did called Dark Horse. And then back in the 80s, I did a short-lived series called The Rousters that was set in a carnival. And we had animals every week.
Now, what did you get along with animals? Some people can't. I actually like them. I enjoy animals, but they're just very difficult to work with for obvious reasons sometimes. They don't always...
the salary demands alone. I mean.
Right, the trailers they want.
I know.
What kind of animals were you working with on that show?
Well, on the Rousters, we had lion cubs, we had chimpanzees, we had kind of everything.
You know what's interesting about chimpanzees? Everybody always thinks, oh, chimps are great, they're so cute and they're so fun.
They were the most difficult.
We've had chimps here. They are bastards, those chimps.
Yeah, very aggressive. They're like
chimps are bad guys.
They're really pissed off about something.
They're irritated. They're also, I mean, I know I'm going to get letters now from chimps
but
watching.
Also, it's also a communication thing because you think smiling at a chimp is a good idea.
Right.
The chimp says, if you're smiling at him, oh, you want to fight? Come on.
Right.
It's a sign of aggression for them.
No, I was constantly fighting with chimps when we had them here. And also the chimp that we had this chimp, they're really strong, and they come up to you and they'll just start like hitting you really hard, and I go into my defensive 5th grade maneuver. Quit it.
Yeah, that works.
Which is how I react in any fighting situation. But I was stunned because people are just convinced that they see chimps in movies, wearing overalls and doing cute things. But you see a chimp walking down the street, you cross that street and go the other way.
I mean, they are great animals and they're very bright, but I think the thing is you really do can't speak.
Don't worry about it.
You have to know how to work with them.
It's the smell of alligator piss that's throwing you off.
Well, you should smell it backstage. Actually, I was backstage communing with the wolf.
There was a wolf that didn't make it out here.
I was surprised that you didn't bring the wolf out with the sheep, what with everything going on.
Right. I know, and he loves to, Jared brings animals out that clearly shouldn't be out together. Do you know what I mean? He'll like, here's an exotic tropical fish, and here's a piranha. What happened? I can't believe.
By the way, was Jared bleeding?
Jared got cut by the wallaby.
Yeah, I thought
This is the level of professionalism here. He was like, "Row," and he's like, what happened?
I'm here with my...
I brought a wallaby out and threw it into a pack of sheep, and I got scratched.
My 6-year-old daughter, Lucy, is here with me backstage, and she's looking at it going, Mom, what happened?
Yeah, it's just madness. Yeah, when a child is watching this show and going, what's wrong? Yeah, no, it's interesting. We were going to bring a wolf out, and it got cut. We didn't have time. Which worries me because he's backstage.
He's pacing.
He's really mad. He wants to talk to me after the show. Now let's talk about, you have an 11-year-old, right? A daughter?
6-year-old.
6-year-old, I'm sorry. You know what I'm thinking? You've been married 11 years. Is that right?
Or not married 11 years.
Oh, that's right. You're not married.
That's right.
See how I did that?
You still have a shot.
I still have a shot.
That's right. After all these years.
All those animals are giving me this sort of, musky, earthy feel right now.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that nice? No, but okay, so does she ever...
We're happily unmarried.
You're happily together for 11 years. Does your daughter ever ask, well, why don't you guys get married? Does she ever ask that question?
Well, yeah, it's come up. And, we've talked about it a lot, so it's not really like a big sort of heavy issue for her. But I guess it was about 6 or 8 months ago, we were sitting around one evening and talking about something. She goes, well, Chris is not really my dad. And I went, what do you mean? Of course he's your dad. She goes, no, you guys aren't married, so he's not really my dad. I said, well, Lucy, come on, that's silly. I said, look, if a mommy dog and a daddy dog have puppies, are they the mommy and the daddy? And she went, well, yeah. And I said, well, are they married? And she went, no. I said, well, there's no real difference. He is your daddy and I am your mommy.
Why aren't your dogs married? That's my question. Sick house are you running? Your dogs are living in sin.
But it is interesting because we've had to talk about, she has friends at school whose parents are divorced. And I also talked about that. I said, look, some of the parents are not married.
My doggy divorces another doggy.
Yeah, really? I said, some of the parents are not married anymore, but they're still the mommy and they're still the daddy. I said, that's permanent. That's forever.
Right.
So
well,
she's cool with it.
On this topic, I want to ask you, I was actually reading an interview with you, and you had a pretty interesting view about sex, which is you thought that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you were saying that you think women biologically would be more prone to cheat than a man. Is that true? Is that a fair...
Close. I mean, I was talking about they are at least equally biologically prone.
Because the cliche is that men...
to the misinformation that women are programmed to be monogamous and men are programmed...
Men are the ones that are out there.
Right.
And why do you believe that?
Well, I've done a lot of reading, and there was one very interesting article I read in Scientific American about the biological history of, females and the female sort of reproductive issue, and that it was all about, finding the strongest sperm and getting the best breeder to create the best progeny. Right. So you had to sample.
Ladies, you got out. I don't remember. I don't know if many mothers are saying that to their daughters. Go out there and sample.
Well,
you need the strong. But there
is the emotional and mental choice involved too.
Right.
But in terms of pure biological urges, women are as biologically programmed to sample as men are. It's a very common misconception.
Because they say that from an evolutionary standpoint, men, we're programmed to
spread your seed.
To spread our seed. That's such a nice way to put it, too.
And
what were you doing? I was just out spreading my seed. Guy's got to do what a guy's got to do.
And women are programmed to go around and constantly search out the strongest seed.
Right.
So, like, if you were married or had a long-term girlfriend and she went out of town, automatically your sperm count would go up as a natural survival instinct so that you could compete.
I'd like to boost it somehow.
Well, then you're out of town.
Got a problem. I don't want to talk about that. We'll get my doctor on the phone.
Later, baby.
Well, the Gina Davis Show is Tuesday nights at 9:30.
On another network called ABC.
On ABC. Don't worry, I love all networks equally.
I'm glad.
Except UPN. I don't know. But, no. But it's on 9:30 on ABC, and you're
I'm playing Hillary, yes.
Right,
I'm
Hillary, and
regular.
Hillary is...
Hillary's saucy, sassy, a little bit of a tramp.
She's sampling.
She's sampling.
Yeah.
That's
She's out
right.
there sampling.
That's right.
Yeah, she has to for biological reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Isn't that a nice way to put it? That'll be in the research they send out for your character. Hey, well, thanks very much for... It's always great to have you on the show.
It's always great to be here.
Terrific to have you here. Mimi Rogers, everybody. Zach Galifianakis, very funny guys coming up. We'll be right back.